Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We welcome you, whatever time and wherever in the world you are listening. We are pleased you have found us. You are now listening to Inside the Bunghole, a podcast taking you on a journey through wine. Together, we will learn more about this wonderful elixir of life. So raise your glass to welcome your hosts and partners in wine, Pam and James. You are now inside the bunghole.
Welcome to Inside the Bunghole, and we have an amazing guest today.
I wouldn't say it's wine royalty.
Wine royalty.
What do you say if it was in the wine
Yeah.
royalty?
I mean, and if she wasn't royalty, she got all these accomplishments that everybody would love to hear about.
Well, who's our mystery guest?
Angela Mondavi, fourth generation of Charles Krug winery.
Mondavi. So,
But Charles Krug Winery. So we'll get into that, figure out what's going on. Of course, it's Pam, James,
The lawn.
So tell me a little capsule history.
Oh my gosh. So my family, the oldest winery in Napa Valley. We were the first to have a tasting room in Napa Valley. And my family acquired Charles Krug in 1943. So it's been 81 years. We're fifth generation of ownership. And I'm the winemaker.
And the obvious question is, your last name is Mondavi, Charles Krug Wines.
Yeah, Charles Krug was the original founder of the winery. He received 152 acres when he married Carolina Bale as Brandy dowry and started Charles Krug Winery. No one knew the Mondavi family in 1943. Everyone knew Charles Krug Winery. So we opted to keep the name Charles Krug, and it's been that name ever since.
And let me interrupt before we go any further. We are drinking in 1966 Charles Krug.
Yeah, our vintage selection. So 100% Cabernet Sauvignon with my great-grandfather's signature on it. So this is really, really unique. My grandfather was the winemaker for it. But what's even more cool, 100% Cabernet Sauvignon coming from our estate vineyards in Yountville. It's beautiful. It's got the nose. It's got beautiful bramble. There's a little bit of...
Get the curry.
You get a little bit of hitting, a little raspberry, a little strawberry, a little plum. And then you taste it. And
Like a little tobacco.
yes, sir.
That tobacco, I can't.
And I believe back then you're pretty much only solely using Hungarian and Yugoslavian.
So I guess you really had no choice.
No. You heard the whole thing there earlier. So she is a fourth generation. And so what happens when you have it all for you, you usually just sit around and do nothing. She is an entrepreneur. She's got 17 businesses that she's currently running. She's a female winery owner. The level your som.
Oh, studying to get my advanced psalm. I'm working on a fertilizer business right now that basically is taking all creams and all of our pumice and waste and actually recontributing it and fertilizing, basically breaking it down and getting it so we can redistribute it back into the land, because there's nothing better than having fertilizer that actually starts the land and goes back into the land. That's the strongest fertilizer that you get, because micronutrients, the biomes, are much stronger. So yeah, so it's doing that, and then I have my consulting business as well, and then yeah, I'm all over.
And you're consulting.
Yes, I'm consulting wineries within Napa Valley.
And she's not allowed to say who she's got 100 points for, but she's got a lot of 100 points under her belt.
Yes, 7.
Well, now the taste of this, it almost tastes like the old book. A leather-bound book. Like,
You're in an old, like a cigar or a pipe, a study with somebody. It makes you feel smarter. So what part of winemaking is your favorite?
I love blending. Blending for me is really all that blood, sweat, tears, emotion. You put it all into basically a blend, and that's your final. And there's nothing more rewarding than that.
Angelina, I met maybe hundreds, if not thousands of winemakers in my life. And a lot of them are not very personal, or they're not very good at talking to other people.
That doesn't seem to body.
No, well, our family, because of my last name, we've kind of been forced to be in the limelight and talk to people and be forced into uncomfortable situations all the time. So for us, you just kind of get used to it after a while.
And you're not afraid to just follow these old traditions and not go outside, or like you were saying, if somebody's willing to put some fruit juice in their wine and they're drinking, and she's okay.
I'm totally okay with that. I'm making a wine. It's called Abantera, and it's a wine that is blended. It's grape juice with pomegranate juice and blackberry juice, and it's just hitting the market now. And the idea is, wine's supposed to be wine. You want to enjoy all of your crafts. You never want to be like, I love nerding out. Don't get me wrong. I love the 66. I love my family legacy. But wine's not supposed to be intimidating. That's my goal, is to make it more approachable by creating a wine like Montera.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and I want to come back after the break. I want to talk about the whole other side, the market side. Getting the wine out there cheaper, distributing, and what's that all about? Okay, so thanks for joining us inside the bunghole.
If you want to know more about Inside the Bunghole, join us on all our social media platforms. You can get a revisit and view all the latest posts, giveaways, and information on this podcast. Simply search Inside the Bunghole on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Or you can email us at insidethebunghole@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and visit our website at insidethebunghole.buzzsprout.com, where you can always find our latest podcast and past episodes. Cheers!
We are back. Thank you. We're sitting here talking to the goddess of wine, I like that. And James.
Distribution. So tell me about that both side. Once you make it and distribute.
Yeah, distribution. So our family has been waiting. Southern Glaciers, they used to be Southern. We've been with them for 51 years. We are actually actively, and I'm really excited to say that my family, we're trying to combine and introduce the next generation. So my generation, fourth generation, and their generation, we're all kind of the same age. And it's working together and making sure, family businesses are important to the industry.
Very important.
And they're dying, slowly but surely. So how can we work with distribution to really get our word out, saying, we're a family-owned business, wine industry is not easy. One, to begin with, it's very, very saturated.
And how do you say, okay, a Mondavi or a Krug, that's something that's been such an institution. How do you get to where it's like, oh, well, they sold out, they became a mainly or something?
Sure. I think the biggest importance is I always say, Robert Mondavi was sold to conglomerate back in 2004. My family is now fifth generation worship for Charles Krug winery, where the original Mondavi family is stayed. And that's really where I kind of let it settle, and I let people decide, because at the end of the day, people love their wines. 9 out of 10 times, they'll actually switch and be like, I want to buy the family-owned business like this.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. The important part is it's the only who is actually owned by a conglomerate versus who is actually truly family-owned.
Now, are your sibs, everybody, cousins?
Yes.
Is everybody in the business?
They're all involved, whether we're brand investors sitting on the board of directors like myself, or we're somehow affiliated and doing day good operations. All of us have our own roles in the winery. And that's something that's really awesome.
It is. That's amazing. It says a lot about your family, your lineage.
But we just had a wine event here on La Fe, and I felt, they're trying to relay their message as a family, as fourth generation, as trying to show everyone that they're doing things different than everyone else, and really taking care of the little things, which matter to a business owner.
Absolutely. It all starts in the vineyard, and taking all those painstaking moments cultivates into enjoying a 1966 bottle of wine.
And that's what I think my favorite thing about wine and drinking wine and sharing stories are the stories. That's why we love doing this podcast, because everybody's wine has a story, and all the stories are what make each bottle special.
You know, and I've heard the Mondavi story for many years, but it's not. It doesn't. It really makes sense when you hear it. I mean,
It brings it real.
It does.
Makes it
It also makes it tangible, people, because there's so many. I mean, let's face it, the majority of the population in the United States are family businesses or business owners, small business owners. And that takes a lot of effort to go through. And, you know, for our family to be in now 5 generations of ownership, that's something rewarding, but it's also very unique in the United States. Less than 5%, I think it's less than that, even make it to the 3rd generation.
So are you guys, what generation? Is is generation 5 around? Are they?
They are around.
They started.
One is 6 months and one's 3.5 years. And I have to tell you, my sister's son loves coming to the winery. He loves watching the process of harvest. He loves tasting the grape juice with me before it even ferments, and he's totally into it. I'm hoping to make him into the next winemaker, and hopefully I could just pass the reins on to him, and who knows? And you know, my cousin's son, I think he's 6 months now, so you know, get to find out what his calling.
thank you for taking the time to do this with us. I know that you're really short on time, and you know you got somewhere to run, but
If I want to find out a little bit more about Charles Krug,
Yeah, you can go to charleskrug.com. We partnered with Andrea Bocelli. So if you're looking for a weekend getaway in June, Andrea Bocelli is singing 2 days.
Very good. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here inside the bunk hall.
yes, thank you.
If you want to know more about Inside the Bunghole, join us on all our social media platforms. You can get a revisit and view all the latest posts, giveaways, and information on this podcast. Simply search Inside the Bunghole on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Or you can email us at insidethebunghole@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and visit our website at insidethebunghole.buzzsprout.com, where you can always find our latest podcast and past episodes. Cheers!